Most bikes today are built by machines, fast, efficient, and disposable. But in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, there's a small factory still doing it the hard way, cutting, welding, and finishing every frame by hand. They believe craftsmanship still matters, and after spending a few days inside, I think they might be right. Think about the bike that you ride. What would make you want to keep it for the next decade? Is it the ride feel? Is it the craftsmanship? Is it the story that your bike tells? You've probably heard of Moots. They've been making bikes for over 40 years. Maybe you've even seen one in the wild or heard of like the legendary, almost mythical ride feel that titanium has. But Moots isn't just about titanium. It's about how it's made, handmade here in America by people who have been building bikes for decades. So I came here to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, the place where it all happens, to see what goes into building one of these handmade bikes. I wanted to see every bend, every cut, every weld, understand the finishing process, and shake hands with the people who are hand making these bikes. Because the question isn't just, is a Moots worth it? It's, what are you actually buying when you buy a Moots? Well, let me show you. See, in a world obsessed with faster, cheaper, and easier, this place still believes in slow, deliberate, and done right. But I didn't come here just to see how they build bikes. I came to understand why they still do it this way and what that means for the people behind every frame. This is where every Moot starts, the miter shop. It's got long tubes of raw, American-sourced titanium straight from mills throughout the United States, waiting to become something much more. This is where geometry becomes reality. Eric runs this room. He's the first set of hands that touches your frame. Every cut, every angle, every notch he makes determines how your bike will ride for years to come. Now, you could automate this step. I know that plenty of brands have, but Eric still checks each tube by eye and by feel because titanium has personality and machines can't feel when it's right. That's when I started realizing this isn't stubbornness, it's precision earned through repetition. In fact, when I was with Eric, he noticed that one tube was off by 1/10,000th of an inch in the way that it fit, so he took it back and had it cut just precisely right. Imagine that, 1/10,000th of an inch. Next to the miter shop is the machine shop, where Eric H keeps everything moving in perfect alignment. This is where the small but critical details are shaped. The fittings, the interfaces, the pieces that make a Moots ride flawlessly. Eric's precision here sets the tone for the entire frame. Every bore, every thread, every face is dialed to perfection. The deeper I went, the more it felt like the whole place kind of ran on instinct. Not pressure, not pace, just precision. Once the miters are cut, the tubes move to jigging and tacking. This is where your bike becomes a bike for the first time. Luke is the one who brings it all together. He dry fits every piece, checks every angle, and locks it into place before the first weld is made. It's a quiet moment of focus. One mistake here and the whole frame is off. It's no automation, just a man and a jig and about a decade of experience. Think about that. A decade of doing this one job. That's not just repetition, that's expertise. And if that level of precision impresses you, wait until we get to Caleb, who's been welding these frames for 25 years. It's not fast, it may not necessarily be scalable, but it's perfect. And that's when I realized that this isn't about being old school, it's about knowing what deserves to stay. Moots welds are legendary, period. And the legends behind them are Caleb and Kelsey. Caleb just celebrated 25 years of welding bikes at Moots. That's more than 6,000 frames. Kelsey's been here for years too, and together they make titanium look like art. Watching them work feels almost meditative. It's like a controlled, precise, rhythmic process. Now, you can teach a robot to weld titanium, but you can't teach it to care like Caleb and Kelsey. And that's when it clicked. I mean, they're not chasing trends here. They're preserving feel, pride, and precision, the things that never go out of style. Every frame leaves their hands with the same level of care, and then it's time for the final touch. After welding, each frame heads to finishing, where it's hand sanded, prepped, and aligned, and really brought to life. This is where Richard, Parker, Bryce, and Josh take over. The sanding, the brushing, the polishing, it's where craftsmanship meets obsession. Every weld line is softened, every surface even, every brush pattern intentional. They could probably blast through a dozen frames a day if they wanted to, but they don't, because that's not what Moots stands for. After spending a day here, the metal starts to fade into the background. What stands out are the hands that are shaping it. Every Moots frame also carries something else, this yellow card. It follows the bike from start to finish, moving from one workstation to the next. At each step, the person who works on your frame adds their initials. Eric in the miter shop, Luke at Tacking, Kelsey in welding, Richard in finishing. By the time your bike is complete, that card has become a record of every hand that worked on it. People who shaped it, checked it, and made sure that it was right before it left Steamboat. And when your Moots ships, that same yellow card goes in the box with it. It's a quiet but proud signature from everyone who helped bring your frame to life. It's proof that your frame wasn't just built there, it was built by the people who make this place what it is. And when the frame passes its final inspection, it lands here with Linus and Riley. Now they're the last two sets of hands that your moots will see in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. They clean, polish, inspect, and pack every frame like it's a family heirloom, because to them it kind of is. 40 years of craft, now ready to start a new story in a new home. Overseeing it all is Rossi, the production manager. He keeps this entire process moving like clockwork. He balances timelines, tolerances, and the personalities of titanium itself. Rossi's job isn't just about speed, it's about rhythm. Every frame that leaves here represents the entire team signature. That's what hand-built means at Moots. It's not a label, it's a legacy. See, I originally came here thinking that the story was gonna be about titanium, but I was wrong. It's about the people who give it soul. Moots isn't fighting progress, they're preserving something we can't afford to lose, the patience to build something that lasts. Quality design, quality tubing, quality craftspeople, and quality processes. That's what makes these frames more than bikes. That's what makes them Moots. Let's face it, I mean, these bikes aren't inexpensive, so why go titanium? Why go hand built? Because once you see the process like I have, once you feel the ride, you get it. There's value in knowing who built your bike and knowing it passed through real hands that cared about getting it right. It takes longer, it costs more, but that's exactly the point. Because the easy way builds more bikes, but the hard way builds better ones. And that belief doesn't stop at the factory door. Every Moots comes with a lifetime warranty because they stand behind everything that they do. Now, before I left, I shook the hands of the people who built my bike, my Route CRD, and I couldn't stop thinking about what that really means. The same hands that cut, welded, brushed, and boxed it, those are the hands that built the bike that will take me places that I've only dreamed of. Across mountain passes, along quiet gravel roads, through moments that only happen on a bike. And that connection from their hands to my handlebars, that's what makes this whole thing special. I came to Steamboat wondering why they still built bikes by hand. Now I know. Because some things, the things that matter most, can't be rushed, they can't necessarily be scaled or automated, they have to be earned. So no, it's not just a bike, it's a Moots. And once you ride one, you'll never look at bikes the same way again. Anyways, huge thanks to Moots for having me out and showing me exactly what goes into hand building a titanium frame. What an incredible experience. And for those who haven't been, I encourage you to reach out to Moots and do a factory tour yourself. Everything that you've seen in this video, they'll show you. I mean, they're very transparent about everything that it is that they do. If you have any questions, drop them below. Thanks a ton for watching. Until next time.